questions. I'm excited now.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode of The Marriage Tune-Up, where we're talking about 10 Rules of Dating Part 2. Let's go. Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode of The Marriage Tune-Up, where we are fine-tuning marriages one discussion at a time. Let's take care of some housekeeping rules real quick before I introduce our guests that we have, one we have back and one we have for the first time on here today. So we're going to be talking about dating real quick, but before we go any further, please like our channel. Subscribe to our channel, like this video, share this video, and send your comments and send your questions and comments and topic reviews to the marriagetune-.com. I'm like, wait, yeah, up.com. Yeah. So before we go any further, let me introduce our guest. We have Gabriel Hicks. We have him back from last time. Yay.
Hey y'all.
And then for the first time ever, we have Deja Grimm. Welcome everybody. We welcome her to the marriage.
Thank you for having me.
So I wanted to talk to you guys about because
Dang, so guys don't know who I am or something like that.
and it's my son. This is my son, Cameron Cooper. Oh yeah, I'm gonna give a shout out to my boy. My boy just is graduating with his master's from Long Beach State. Yeah, my baby. Yeah,
That's right. Proud of you.
Proud of my baby. So yeah, but so last time we met, we talked about R.A. Vernon's 10 Rules of Dating. Shout out to Pastor R.A. Vernon of Cleveland, Ohio, the Word Church. So we're talking about his 10 Rules of Dating. So we thought this time that we got so caught up, we got in such a good discussion last time that we thought we got to do a part 2. So like I said last time, he has written the same book 3 times. So it's R.A. Vernon's 10 Rules of Dating. So this is the 3rd time he's written the same book. He wrote it back in 2011, I believe. And it was R.A. Vernon's 10 Rules of Dating. And then he, I think maybe in 2014 or 2016, around that time, he wrote R.A. Vernon's 10 Rules of Dating, The Social Media Age. And then now he just released for the 3rd time, the 10 Rules of Dating, The Rules Have Changed. So this time I want to go over, I just want to go over real quick what we went over last time, because we only made it to rule number 5. So I just want to recap those rules really quick, and then we'll jump over to the rules have changed. And we'll go through rules. We'll try to make it through rules 1 through 5. The rules have changed. Okay. So with that being said, the rule number 1 was attraction. R.A. Vernon really believes that in order when you're dating, the number 1 thing that you got to have before anything else is you got to have attraction. You got to be attracted to it. Physically, spiritual, mentally, and emotionally, you have to be attracted. Agree or disagree? I think you agree. I think you agree. You agree, Dave?
I agree. Especially since you grouped it all in one. Because I thought when you said attraction, I thought you were just speaking of physically. Yeah. So I was gonna rebuttal, but when you grouped everything together, I agree.
Well, I'm gonna say this though. I'm gonna say that physical is to me is the most important though. Really. Of those 3.
Okay.
Of those 3, I'm gonna say physical. I'm gonna say I gotta
It's funny because I feel like I'm learning this right now. Like I'm going through this lesson right now as we speak. But it's like it's one of those things where it's like I feel like as I don't even want to say as I've gotten older, as I've been around like more mature people than me, and that have been able to, I want to say, like kind of break down the principles of the importance of what you're looking for and what you have in front of you. You know, before to me, I used to be like, okay, if I can't, like if I'm not looking twice, like, okay. But now I feel like, not to say it's not important, right? But I feel like now I'm starting to look at other things, even if like the physical is not there 100%. Okay. And that's new for me. Okay. That's new for me because before that used to be very, very important. But now that we getting older, I'm like, we got to figure out these qualities.
Y'all still baby. Stop playing.
We almost 30 now.
We right there.
But listen, so is that physical attraction? Is that super important to you too?
Yeah, super important.
Okay. Why?
I just think for me personally, I want to wake up every day and you know what I'm saying and love what I see. I mean, me personally, you know what I'm saying? Being completely honest, you know what I'm saying? And then I think we kind of spoke on it a little bit last time, but just just really getting what you want. Like,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
if that's truly what you desire, like if you love a girl with a pretty face and that's what you love, get you a girl with a pretty face.
And a big booty and a smile.
Yeah,
Get that.
all that.
Don't be trying to get no.
All that.
She got a long back. She got no booty, but you like booty. And so 10 years from now, like get what you want, because you gotta think about for the now, for the later too. You know what I mean? So you always want to have that attraction.
But with that being said, what about when those looks change though? Like if the looks were to change, just like we're saying, a pretty face, you know, features do change, or some things do happen.
True.
So
like
what do you do?
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's like, so what do you do?
So I'm damn sure gonna get what I want from the beginning.
So at least you can say you had it, right?
If it's gonna change, I'm damn sure gonna get what I want from the beginning. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna, you know what I mean? So, okay. Rule, because like I want to get to these rules. Rule number 2 was relationship with Christ. They have to have a relationship with Christ.
Yes.
That was rule number 2. Rule number 3. This is what I want to ask you guys real quick, because I saw something on Instagram this week. I want to get your opinion on it. Okay. So rule number 3 from the original set of rules was, can you handle their past? And I think we stayed on this one a lot last time. We stayed on this for a minute for last time. But as I was surfing through doing research this weekend on Instagram, I saw this post where this guy and this lady, they were like totally getting into it, right? This was his husband, it was his 2 fiancés, and they were totally getting into it. He was like, what you mean you leaving? What you mean? I mean, so it caught my attention, right? And he was like, what's going on? What you mean? So you can't handle it. So I try to open up to you and tell you, okay, it was just a thing. So what happened was, he said that he had experimented with a man when he was in college. He experimented he just had a one-time experiment. So he says with the man, and his fiance, she couldn't handle it. She was like, oh, no, we ain't getting married. So she was like, no, man. And he was really upset with her for being like, we're not going to get married because he experimented when he was in college. What y'all think about that?
Yeah, some things take it to the grave.
Oh, that's right.
I'm like, just me personally, I feel like I'm gonna just comment. I'm not even gonna go into left field. I'm gonna just comment on straight what you said. The scenario you said. Yeah. I feel like, me personally, if I was in those shoes, I don't blame her for leaving, because at least she was honest enough to be honest with him, to let him know, I cannot handle that. Yes, I gave you the utmost respect and the utmost feeling for you to feel like, okay, you can come to me, you can tell me anything. Yes, but I am not in control of my reaction to something that is so far off to where it takes away from this. It takes away from our connection. It takes away from who I knew you to be. It takes away from the man who I thought you were. So it's like, at the end of the day, don't be acting like it was just something like I had 3 girlfriends at once. I had 3 baby mamas pregnant at once. Like something to where it's like, okay, like I see that you've matured past it. You no longer identify with how you were in your past and things like that. But that is a whole different category, because I'm just a firm believer in, like, sexual desires are very strong. So the simple fact that you wanted to experiment that right then and there, I don't want to stay around to see what else you want to experiment. You know, like, I don't, and I'm not comfortable with that.
Later on down the line, you be like, you know what?
Let me revisit.
I didn't have kids.
Exactly. No, that's not fair. That's not fair. No.
What you think?
But why she didn't have that convo with him before? Like, they engaged when they get married.
I mean,
I don't know. Maybe he didn't come in out.
I feel like he held that in. It was probably like one night to where it was like, all right, let's be 100 with each other. Like, what's something you never told nobody? Like, you've had those type of nights. You feel me? So it's like years down the line, like, no, please.
I think for me, I agree with Deja on that for sure. I don't think I'd be able to really handle that. Honest with you.
If a girl, so which in your case, if a girl, she said she experimented with a girl, you go ahead and stop it right now. So you're trying to tell me that
Of course, it's different.
It's different for women.
Of course, it's different.
So
that's just how society is, I guess.
Exactly. So that's
okay. So let's take it here. Then. What if she said she experimented with an animal?
Wait, huh?
Wait.
Yeah.
No, I'm
I mean,
serious.
low key.
That's
That be
that's
happening,
equivalent.
like,
That's
that be
a,
happening,
What you
but
mean?
still, like,
What you mean an animal?
like an animal, like
like
she,
a horse or something?
like a horse. Yeah,
Some
something
people
like that.
have those
Crazy work.
fetishes, like for
Yeah,
real.
yeah. So what? Because I feel like society is kind of normed a woman with a woman
Mhm.
more so. I'm not normed. I'm just saying society.
No,
accepts.
yes.
Let me say that. Society accepts
Yes.
a woman with a woman.
Yes.
Whereas, so I don't think a woman would have had. I don't think a dude would have had the same
Yeah.
reaction to two women getting together in college,
Yeah.
experimenting in college.
He probably would
Whereas
like it.
two
Yeah.
men, where a woman would say, "You experiment, with a dude, two, that's just crazy, right?"
Yeah.
So when I'm trying to make an equivalent, so to say that if a girl would say, she would come to you and say, "Well, I experimented with a horse."
I'd be like, I'll be so thrown off.
Yeah, nah, I definitely,
Like-
I definitely be thrown off. It
Mental,
might derail
mental.
the relationship.
It
might.
I'll be honest. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it might derail the
He
relationship.
said it might. He said
Yeah, nah,
it
for
might
real.
derail the relationship.
Nah, for
Cause
real.
my thing,
Not you think about it.
Yeah,
because see,
Yeah.
now I'm asking you, okay, what y'all do? Like,
Yeah, like-
Why you want to know?
No,
Why
I'm
you want to
saying,
know?
like, I'm just like,
Yeah.
let's
Yeah,
get it.
Listen,
now I want to dive deeper. Like, okay,
you
so
can
like,
go.
And then
okay,
two,
so
we know
when
horses,
did you
you know
get
what I'm
enough
saying?
confidence
They-
to get there?
pretty
Though?
long.
Like, you
No,
know what I'm saying? Like,
Cameron.
Horse is pretty long, so that's
Please.
why I'm like, how you
No.
run a horse, bro? That's what it is for, like, that's right.
You're dumb.
No,
To your
No,
face.
literally.
To your face. I'm just saying that's
Hey, but
that's
I'm-
crazy.
The truth, I'm like, wait, what?
Like-
You want that in you?
like, I mean,
You know-
I mean, it look.
I mean, like,
So would you be cool on her?
Yeah.
You would call off the wedding.
Yeah.
The wedding's
I
off.
might.
Yeah.
I might need some
Wedding's
time.
off?
or
The
something.
wedding's
Yeah,
off.
yeah, yeah.
I
There
need
needs to be some time.
You gonna need some time.
Are you serious?
The wedding's off.
Yes.
For sure.
But if you guys could have seen this dude, he was totally upset. Like, how dare he felt so betrayed by her.
And don't get me
Because-
wrong.
Because
it's
she,
like,
she was
yeah.
like, no, I can't be with you. Like, the wedding's off. And he was just like, what? I mean, he was livid.
And
I
he
was
has to be able to accept the fact, not even accept, respect the fact
Yeah,
that at
yeah.
least
That's her
at
decision,
least
though,
she
for
was
sure.
honest with you
Right.
from that point on,
Mhm.
to where she didn't go through a marriage with you, a wedding with you, a marriage with you, and then 5 years down the line, it's
Mhm.
like, okay, girl, I'm so deep in love with you. You knew you couldn't accept it from the moment that I told you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you weren't honest with me. So he has to understand the fact everybody is not okay with y'all little sexual desires. You
Yeah,
know, like no,
exactly.
everybody is
You
not
got-
comfortable with that.
Yeah.
And you have to be able to live with that. If you so open and so ready to be freaky with the world, you know, whatever
Mhm.
it is that you're into.
Mhm.
Because everybody has their little desires, but it's like you have to be able to accept the fact that your partner
Mhm.
may not potentially be comfortable with that. And if that's something that it scares you, you know, then
Mhm.
like I said earlier, take it to the grave.
Take it to the
grave.
Take it to
Oh,
the
yeah.
grave.
That,
Like,
that,
for
that,
real.
was, that was definitely a ticket to the grave. Right
That's a
right
ticket
there.
to
That
the
was definitely
grave.
a moment. Okay, rule number 4. So we all agreed that was
Mhm.
that was ticket to the grave. Rule number 4 was pace yourself. Don't go too fast. That
Mhm.
was the original rule. Pace yourself. Don't go too fast. And the rule number 5 was intense prayer and fasting. Okay.
Mhm.
So those were the original rules that we had. Now let's go through rule number 1. The rules have changed. And so I really like these because it says the rule number 1 now is being self-aware. Are you self-aware? And so I have a couple questions for you guys. And I want you guys to just, hey, we're gonna start with Gabe. We're gonna go boom. Okay.
Mhm.
I'm not answering the questions.
Or
This-
not, or can Gabe answer certain questions more so, and then
Okay.
yeah, so that way we can get
Sure.
them a lot faster, whatever.
Mhm.
as
Good.
well.
See.
So that just
Good
one
point.
question,
Good
we all
point. Good point.
answering that
Okay.
same
Everybody,
question.
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
So number 1 is, do you know yourself? Now, I did certain questions I want you all to
For
answer.
sure.
Okay.
Mhm.
So do you know yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I believe that I know myself. I think that I know, what I like. You know what I'm saying? I think that I know when I'm uninterested. I know that, you know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, like I said, I know what I like. I know when I'm uninterested, and those are the main things that I feel like I know my boundaries. And I feel like I know my foundation. So for the most part, yeah, I feel like I know myself.
Good. That's good, Gabe. That's good.
Yeah. I would say for me, I'm in the process of like really understanding myself more, so and like
Okay.
what I want now that I'm maybe dating, whatever, talking to different women and stuff like that more
Mhm.
so, and trying to figure out just what Cam likes.
Right.
I think I have an idea for sure of what I like and what I don't like, but
Mhm.
also too what I feel uncomfortable with.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But really, I'm going to therapy now too as well.
Good
And
job.
he's helping me understand my non-negotiables.
Mhm.
I'm breaking those down as well, going into dealing with somebody in the future for sure. So yeah, I would say I'm on the right track. I would say that.
Good job.
Yeah.
Dave?
I would say, honestly, I'll agree with Cam. Like I'm on the track to getting to know myself and really loving myself, because I feel like that's important as well. I just went through like a real big breakup, you know, so I felt like, you know, a lot of times like those type of breakups and things like that, like you either go two ways, you know, like you either going, you know, either jump into another relationship, or you're going to take the time to see like, okay, like let me dig deep into myself to see, okay, where did I go wrong as well? Because I feel like a lot of times we don't do that. We don't self-reflect, especially when the other person has did you wrong. You know, like we still feel the need to not self-reflect. And I feel like I'm at the process now to where it's like, okay, you have to understand where did Deja go wrong, you know, whether that being a boundary level, whether that you staying too long when you knew it was things that you shouldn't have accepted. But I would just say, all in all, I'm in the process. I'm in the most healthiest place I've ever been mentally, you know? So I feel like it's definitely important after a breakup to really just self-reflect and see what it is that, you know, you need to do to get yourself back to your self-loving, you know, before you jump into something else. So I would say I'm in the process as well.
Good job. That's you guys all gave excellent. I want to say, what do you feel is your best quality? Any of y'all jump out. What do you feel like is your best quality?
I would say my way of always looking at the brighter side of things, like no matter what it is, no matter what the situation is. Yes, being optimistic, definitely. Being optimistic, I would say that for me.
I'll say for me, I would say being very understanding. You know, I think like, you know, and being able to compromise. Yeah, I think like that's my biggest attribute, and I feel like I go into relationships, you know, looking for that same thing. As far as wanting that in return, I just being selfless. There we go. That's mine. You know what I'm saying? I always say that when it comes to just be being selfless.
I like that.
I'm gonna stay with that one. I'm gonna stay with that right now.
Okay.
I think for me, I think one of my best qualities is probably just, you know, providing like empathy or providing like a good comfort space for people. You know what I mean? I feel like whoever I'm dealing with, friends or, you know, family, girlfriend, you know, whatever. I feel like I make them feel comfortable, and I feel like I give people, you know, the space to be themselves and stuff like that. So I think that's
important. That's an important quality.
Absolutely. Let me ask you this. What do you guys know your flaws? Because we all have flaws.
Oh yes, for sure.
Okay.
For sure.
I know one of my flaws is I get impatient. Sometimes I can get angry too quick.
Okay.
And then yeah, like you know, I noticed lately something that I've been dealing with is just like, you know, comparing, getting bored, stuff like that.
Okay.
Which is like something that I'm trying to work on now with myself, and just figure out like, you know, what that's about, and, you know, dive deeper into myself about that. So
amen. Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I think for me, I would say mine. I could be prideful, you know, and I can have like, you know, a real big ego sometimes when it comes to dealing with people, you know, and being able to like take, you know, what they're telling me and like applying it. Sometimes like, you know, I don't know, it may take me a minute to really just comprehend that and really take it in. And like I said, apply it, because like I said, my pride and ego can sometimes get in the way. And I'm like, man, I ain't trying to hit that right now. You know what I mean? But just trying to fight back. I feel like I've been doing real good with that over the last couple of years and stuff. But I know that it's still in me to kind of still, you know, push back on that a little bit. So I know that's, you can't be that way when you're kind of dealing with somebody though. You can't. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'll say that for sure.
I like that. I like that answer, for real. I like that answer. I would say for me, I would say like putting the job onto my significant other as to making me 100% happy. And I feel like it took me a while to realize that and to be able to understand that it's nobody's job to make me happy but my own. And I can't go into a relationship thinking that, or any relationship, situationship, friendships, whatever, thinking that it's somebody else's sole job to make me happy. Because if I'm not happy, it's nothing that this person can do that can, you know, make me feel radiant, you know, like at the end of the day, that's my job it's my job to work on me and to make sure that I'm even in a place happy enough to be able to endure a relationship. And I feel like that was my flaw. Like I needed to recognize those things and figure out more, spend more time with myself to figure out what makes me happy and what makes Deja before I can call myself going and dating anyone else, you know, because that does put a heavy burden on someone else when you're not happy, you know. So
it does. That's good. Oh, y'all okay, y'all little young bucks. Okay. Okay. Rule number 2. Know your non-negotiables. Gotta know your. So real quick, so I'm going to define what a non-negotiable is. It's something that you're not negotiating. It's you gotta have. I gotta have this. It's no, there's a boundary. It's a hard stop. It's a hard, it's know your non-negotiables. I'm sorry? Deal breaker. It's your deal. Thank you, Jay. It's your deal breaker. Okay. So that's how we're gonna define. That's how Dr. Ari Vernon defines actually. You gotta have. Okay.
For sure.
What are your non-negotiables in relationships and when it comes as it pertains to dating?
I know one of my non-negotiables for sure is gotta be a Christian. Gotta be.
Okay.
I feel like that's an easy one.
I mean, for sure, but I definitely.
But that's his.
But I'm saying,
that's his thing.
I mean, that's number one.
Hope that's all of ours, though. You know what I'm saying? I would hope.
But it's not. It's not everybody. It's not everybody.
Not everybody's So okay. So well, what's yours?
Yeah, mine.
Well, let me say this. What's your number one? Because we all have non-negotiables, plural. But what's your number one? Hey, man, no, don't cross the street. Don't pass go. Don't collect $200. Here it is. This is my non-negotiable. Number one, non-negotiable.
I feel, it's funny. I feel like we had this convo during one of the Brown Couches, like, you know what I'm saying, with Pastor Max. And I, honestly, I mean, I heard Pastor Max say this a couple of times, but I feel like a non-negotiable for me is like be gentle with me. Like you have to be gentle with me. Like if you're not, if you're too like, aggressive or just you mean harsh. Or something like that, harsh or whatever, you know what I mean? I can't do it. I just don't like that.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's okay.
I'll say for me, like number one is you gotta be selfless. You know what I'm saying?
They gotta match your energy. They gotta match with yourself.
I would even say match it more so and stuff like that. Cause I know that for me, when it comes to being a boyfriend, and being in a relationship, I know that I could be extremely selfless and stuff like that. So I'm just saying, have that quality about yourself as far as coming in and being able to sacrifice, because I know that to have a good relationship or marriage or, anything with a partner and stuff like that, you have to, that it requires sacrifice. It requires being able to put yourself last sometimes and put your partner first, you know what I mean? So, and I know that I'm willing to do that, and so I just want to know that my partner, my wife, that she's willing to do that for me as well. You know what I mean? So I gotta have that.
Number one thing.
Yeah, for sure.
100%. She gotta be
sacrificed
over being a Christian.
Huh?
Over being a Christian.
Well, but I mean, look.
I said number one thing. Gotta have.
But
I feel like the Christian thing is number one automatically.
That's automatic. Okay.
Because I feel like otherwise that's a deal breaker.
You can't even get into the door.
Yeah, we can't even get in the door. You know what I'm saying? I'm asking you that on day one, really. In the text message.
Okay.
So it's all good.
Okay. I let me just encourage you to say this too. And I'm not saying that you guys saying that a Christian is not good enough, but I feel like it's not just for me. And I just want to share this with you guys for free. It's not so much just to be a Christian. That's not really what it is. It's really, what is your relationship with Christ? Because a lot of people, I'm a Christian. That don't mean nothing. But what is your? What's your fruit? What's your fruit?
I understand that.
You know what I mean? So what's your relationship with Christ? Because if you truly have a relationship with Christ, your fruit is gonna show. You know what I mean? So therefore, but anybody can say I'm a Christian, but you on the pole, or you out here with.
Okay, so that kind of like that kind of just brings me to another question. But like I feel like so what if you're dating somebody or you're talking to somebody and they don't really have a relationship with Christ, but they want to build one?
I think that's good. I think that's an excellent question. I think that's good as long as a person is willing. So like a person, I just saw something this morning too. I'll be trying to do my research for this, but I just saw this girl and this guy that was walking, and they were on their first date or whatever, and the guy was like, so I really don't believe in Christ. And the lady was like, before he knew it, she was gone, because he was like, I believe in the universe. And before he could say it, she was already gone.
Yeah.
And so I think that you have to be willing. I think you have to be willing and open. I'm open. I may not have the relationship with Christ right now, but I'm open to establishing one. I'm open to learning from you. You know, if you're willing to lead in that area, or whatever, show me Christ or bring me to Christ, because that's what we are supposed to do.
Yeah.
We're, as Christians, we're supposed to make disciples. That's what he says. So we're supposed to make disciples. So therefore, you know, I'm sharing. You know, her looking at you and you showing her, okay, yeah, this is how a Christ. This is how you have a relationship with Christ. This is how you build a relationship with Christ. As long as that person's open, I say, yeah, you know, I think it's a good thing. What you think?
So too. I think so too. I think
That's your non-negotiable.
Okay,
my number one non-negotiable.
My number one non-negotiable is, I'm gonna piggyback off of what you said. You have to be a man of God, and the reason why I feel that you have to be a man of God, I feel that when we share like a bond of us both having a relationship with Christ, having a relationship with God, because like you said, being a Christian and being religious and having a relationship with God is
spiritual.
Yeah, exactly. Those are so separate things that you have to be able to. With me, you have to know who God is. You have to have a relationship with him, because at the end of the day, I feel that anything that any like troubles that we have, or any, you know, negative things that may be going on in our path of getting to know each other, we may be able to come to each other and be like, you know what, or he may be able to go to God without me even being around and pray about how to even approach me, or how to even talk to me, or how to even, you know, okay, God, I see this quality about this. You know,
it's about
I love this girl so much, but
that.
this is something that I need her to understand. How do I, you know, versus somebody, girl, like, you know, like not having that relationship with God and not knowing how to approach your woman, you know. I feel like that's very important, because I feel like I'm a firm believer in, you can learn a lot from your partner. I'm gonna learn from you, you're gonna learn from me. I can't learn from nobody who is not being guided by the Lord, because at the end of the day, if you're not being guided by him, I'm not listening to what you gotta say. You haven't even sat down and really confessed to God what it is that your flaws are, what it is that you need him to heal you from, you know? So how dare you come to me and you trying to tell me what you need me to fix and things like that. I can't follow no man who is not led by God. That's it.
Let me say this too. R.A. Vernon says that, he's so right. You're going to do more life outside of the bedroom than you're going to do inside the bedroom. So, and I was thinking, he was like, you know, you have to have a partner that's going to be able to pray for you. I got to have a man. I got to have I'm so happy that my husband, like, I'm tripping. I'm going through something right now with my job and everything. I need it. My husband, I'm telling you, my husband has been holding me down, keeping me, like, you know, the other day I was tripping out of my mind. My husband, hold on, stop. Let's pray. Come on, let's outside in the garage. Let's pray, because you're tripping right now. I need a man that's going to be able to see, you know what? Yeah, hold on. Yeah, she's tripping right now. Let me stop and let me pray for us. During the pandemic, I mean, we were all scared. The whole nation was scared. Everybody was. The whole world was scared. I needed to have a dude that's going to be able to pray for us and pray, you know, cover us or whatever. So I want to be able to, you know, there's going to be situations that you're going to come about in your relationships and in your marriage. You know, if you go to marriage, that you're not going to be able to handle. You're going to need God. So you're going to have a person that's going to say, baby, let's get down on our knees and pray about this. Go ahead.
So let's go deeper.
Let's go deeper.
What Gabe was saying, as far as having a person that's willing to, you know what I mean, you know, follow God and stuff like that. What about when, how long do you give that person? Because if you sit here and say, okay, yeah, I'm going to follow God, but it's, you know what I'm saying, but it hasn't been established, and here we are now, year 6. You still not
year
really.
6? This kind of
year 6 is crazy.
You and Abigail, you and Abigail at year 6?
Yeah, you and Abigail, and you still, you know what I'm saying? You're not really there like that more, so whatever. But but then at the same time, we fall on hard times. Let's say we got kids. Our kids got, one has cancer and stuff like that. Okay, me as the man. Okay, yeah, I'm breaking down right now. I'm trying to figure out. Okay, I'm having a moment. Like, okay, hold on. You know what I'm saying? But as my wife more so, you know, even though you're still coming into a relationship, you know, with Christ, now I can't really rely on you to really kind of like pray with us, pray for us, or pray over me because you're not where you need to be.
But I think
we need a parking lot for
that
that.
too,
We need a
but
parking lot for that question.
That comes
I need Aaron to answer that one. I need Aaron to answer that one.
into, I feel like you have to be, yes, of course, give your partner time, give them grace and things like that. But you also have to be open with yourself. I wouldn't even have made it to year 6. You want to know why though? Because no, I wouldn't have made it to year 6 because guess what? A person's actions is going to show you no matter what. It's not about the time frame that it took for someone to get to know God. It's the steps that they're taking. Exactly. It's the steps that they're taking to get to know God. If every single Sunday, I'm not saying that you have to run up in church every single Sunday, but if you know that that's important to me and that's my day of worship, that's my day to, cleanse. Because I'm not gonna lie, Sunday is my favorite day just because it's my day to really just get my mind together. It's my day to listen to the word. It's my day to really, connect and be one with God. Yes, I pray all the time, but that's my day, So it's like, if you see me as being your partner, you see that that's important to me. And I see, okay, we done already had this conversation in the beginning. Now we're a year in. Not one Sunday, you haven't tried to come, Wednesdays, or even let's talk about a regular day. A regular day, I get up in the morning. Before I even start my car, I have to say a prayer. And I'm not trying to sound like, holier than thou or anything like that. No, but I have to, because at the end of the day, I feel like we live in a world to where we're so easy to forget the blessings the small blessings that we take for granted. Absolutely. I just got into a horrible car accident, lost my car. Thankfully, I walked away with minor injuries and being able to get a new car. But every single time I start my car up, I'm saying a prayer. Every single time I'm getting to work, I'm saying a prayer. Why? Because those are small blessings that a lot of us take for granted each and every day. Absolutely. So I circle back to say, if on a regular day, I don't hear you even, thank God we woke up this morning, I need to hear at least one thank God, two, from you. Because you're trying. I'm not even going to say I got to hear it all day. I'm not, thank God. Let me do
small claps.
Yeah, okay. I need to see some type of development, and that's just for me, to each his own. Some people are able to be with, people who aren't on the same spiritual or religious level as them, and to each his own. But for me personally, no, I'm not waiting to year 6 because in year 1, you're going to show me everything I need to know, So
I agree. I agree. Like 100%. I don't think it takes, year 6, and I definitely think it's more intentional in, in the action. So I agree. But I was going to say something earlier, just in terms of what we were talking about earlier, and just dating somebody, like that's really for God, and just the way that they see, they see life, period. You know what I mean? I think that when you have that foundation of God, like your perspective on life and situations and difficult situations is so different from somebody else who's, into whatever else, a higher power or those things. So when, like Cam said, we come into a difficult situation where he's dealing with, the cancer of the baby or whatever. Now, now I'm thinking about it like, man, I gotta pray to God. I gotta get, I gotta, so I'm in this whole different, perspective in this view. Whereas if I'm dating somebody who's on, not as into God, I mean, they may not with crystals. Yeah, they may not. Yeah, I'm saying they may not know how to
her crystals
help me.
In the sun.
You know what I'm saying? In the way that I feel like I need to be helped. So
yeah.
Okay. Okay. So that's non-negotiable.
Yeah, non-negotiable.
Okay. Okay. Agree or disagree that having a non-negotiable about physical attraction is shallow?
Repeat the question.
Do you agree or disagree that having a non-negotiable about being physically attracted to a person is shallow?
I disagree with that.
Yeah, I disagree.
You disagree.
Vehemently.
Why? Why vehemently, Cam?
I feel like I said it in the last meeting, the last podcast we did, where and even in the Brown Couch, where I feel like, for me, I'm a firm believer in really just getting what I want, and I know that I think us men might deal with that more, as far as not saying women don't deal with temptation. I'm not saying it all, but I'm saying having affairs and stuff like that more so, whatever, and cheating and everything like that. I think for me, I don't want to be year 5 in, and now I'm with a shorty, whatever, and she got this all back.
She was
you know
not
what I'm
it
saying?
for you.
Yeah, and she's not really what I want.
Yeah.
Did you say what?
I'm saying that she got all back. You know what I'm saying? Like, and she's not really what I want. And now I'm year 5 in, and now I'm like, damn. Now I'm coming to my pastor, like, yo, pastor. You know, I'm like, dang, man, like, you know, I think I made a mistake. You know, she or now I'm tempted.
Or she has a baby
Yeah,
and
more
she's
tempted,
spread.
yeah.
You said what?
Or she has a baby and
Nah,
she's spread. And she don't
I'm
lose
saying,
weight.
I'm
Because that's what happened to me.
But I'm saying in general, as far
He's
as
saying he
hey,
want her to spread in the butt part.
exactly. You know what I mean? But it don't get there, and now I'm looking at other women like, dang, man, Kelsey got, you know what I'm saying, got thing on her. You know what I'm
Kelsey.
saying? Like, you know what I mean? So, but in reality, whatever, who I'm with, you know, but I just think that it may alter my mind in certain areas, whatever, that I feel like, you know what, you know, sidestep that. Let me make sure that I focus on what I need to get. So that way I'm not even having to really worry about nobody else and stuff like that, because I know that, you know, a guy blessed me with who I want.
But it's easier said than done.
No, for sure, for sure.
Well,
Easier said than
I'm not
done.
sitting here saying that I'm gonna have everything I want.
No,
for, so,
I'm not
hey,
saying
you
that.
know,
I'm not
yeah,
saying
yeah,
that. But what
yeah.
I'm saying, so what I'm saying is this. So when I'm just commenting on the part of
Yeah.
you saying like, I'm just gonna go get what I want, so I don't even have to go through that.
Mhm.
I wish it was that easy.
Oh, I mean,
like
no, you're right,
sometimes God will present you with somebody who got
You still gonna-
everything
yeah,
but
but
the
still gonna
back.
looking for
You,
sure.
I mean, but the butt. You
Yeah.
feel me? She got the
Mhm.
back. She ain't got the butt. You know.
Mhm.
But it's like it's one of those things to where it's like God will make you so in love with this girl to where it's like that don't even matter at that
Mhm.
moment.
That's
At
true.
that moment for you,
Mhm.
because she's checking every other box.
Mhm.
But I get what you. I definitely agree with the parts where it's like you should get what you want. You
Mhm.
should. You're well deserved. You are
Mhm.
a great person. You
Mhm.
should be able to be with whoever it is that you want to be with. You know.
Mhm.
But my question is that always necessarily the person we're supposed to be with?
Mm. Okay, Dave.
Yeah.
Okay. So is it? Answer.
Wait,
question?
guys, wait. What's it again?
What if so if God so if she checks off all the boxes but that but the butt
But the physical.
but the physical she got all the what if God is saying this is what if God's because God sends you your soulmate. What if you telling God what you want, but he sends he sends not Kelsey, Abigail. And Abigail got she checking off all the boxes except for she got a super pretty face. She's she in the front she is.
And can we reverse that question too? Like, can
Okay.
we also like, okay, now she has everything we want, but then also like maybe she doesn't have the emotional tools or like some of like the the
And
other
that's
things.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so we got to work on that part. You know what I mean?
Would
So,
you be willing to work on that, or would you? It's a non-negotiable.
I think that for me personally,
Mhm.
I've dated women where they didn't have like all the physical stuff like that
Mhm.
more so, but wonderful women though,
Mhm.
wonderful person. But I did find myself sometimes thinking like, damn, I wish she had bigger breast, you know what I'm saying, or I wish she had a bigger booty or something like that. And look, call me shallow.
You're honest. You're honest.
But I'm just,
You're honest.
But I'm saying that I know that but hold on, I know that there's a lot of men out there that have those same thoughts that I had though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So hey,
Yeah.
I'll
So
go
we
ahead and say it
honest,
for
yeah.
us. You know what I mean?
That's why R.A. Vernon said, "Get what you want.
Yeah,
Get
you know
what
I'm
you
saying?
want."
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to tell you, you don't want to wait down there because you next thing you know, you in the bed, you in the bathroom with porn, while she over there sleeping at night or whatever, or you looking at other women, or you cheating, or you tipping or whatever, or you tipping in your mind. You might be tipping in your mind. Like, God, did you see Sheila? Hey, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Did you
Sheila had that thing on me.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
that's what I'm
So
saying.
yeah. You have something, Jay?
Real quick, you guys haven't experienced it yet, but you will. When you go to your class reunion, your 10 year, then you go to your 20 year, then you go to your 30 year.
Mhm.
You're gonna see people, you're gonna be like, damn, I'm glad I dodged that bullet,
Mhm.
or whatever. Because they might have been that person then, but this is the person they are now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And time
Time will tell.
You're never gonna know what you're gonna turn out with.
Right.
You know how people men be saying the apple don't fall far from the tree when he talked about women. Look at the mama.
Mhm.
That don't work.
Mm-mm.
You know what I'm saying? Because things change things, especially childbirth.
Mhm.
Childbirth changes a woman so much sometimes.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Thanks for that, Jay. Let's move on to rule number 3, you guys, because we at 7:39. Rule number 3 is don't negotiate your non-negotiables.
Mm.
Don't negotiate your non-negotiables. So how solid are you on your non-negotiables? Real quick, all three of you guys, real quick. Fire round.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty solid on my
Solid on it?
non-negotiables. Yeah, pretty much. If I don't
Scale of 1 to 10.
Scale of 1 to 10, I'll give it a 9.
I'll give it like a 8.5.
I give it a 9.
Okay. Have you found yourself rethinking your non-negotiables?
Oh yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 100%. I think that like when you especially like that kind of comes back to the question we were just talking about, where it's just like I'm dealing with somebody that I physically am majorly attracted to,
Mhm,
and I'm just and then like, but she don't have the, she's not necessarily checking all those boxes and stuff like that. So now I'm sitting here like, God, like, but she got this though, like, she look good though, like maybe,
Right.
let me not.
Right.
I know where it's gonna go. So,
What about the emotional piece? So is she checking the box for the emotional piece? Spiritual piece?
Yeah. I don't, like, I mean, like, I feel like I said, I think when, first of all, that she, I would want her to have a relationship with God. So if she's not, checking off that box on the spiritual piece, I automatically can't get past that point. That like my non-negotiable is at a 10 now. You know what I mean? But the emotional piece and stuff like that, like, I mean, I would want to work on it, but I guess I got to just see how willing you are, you know what I'm saying, to want to, change that.
But I feel like the emotional piece is just as important as the physical piece, you know what I'm saying?
Really?
No, 100%.
I think go
For
back to what Gabe
sure.
said earlier, as far as like, hey, like, like what Max said in the past, previously, whatever, where, hey, yeah, be gentle with me.
Yeah.
So that might, require, okay, hey, yo, bro, if we're having a conversation, you can't be yelling at me and cursing at me. Like, nah, bro, that we gonna talk just like this. You know what I mean? And be able to, get across what we want to get across. Because, I know that I'm gonna be this way. But if I'm this way, I don't care. I'm like, you know what, bro?
You making me nervous.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm shutting down. At
Right.
that point,
No,
or
for real.
I'm shutting down,
Yeah.
or now I'm gonna go crazy. You know what I'm saying? I go crazy.
Yeah, you both can't be crazy.
Yeah, it's a wrap. So
Okay.
I would say
Okay.
that for sure.
Have you found yourself rethinking your non-negotiable?
Yeah, not my number one though. That one is like a no.
Yeah,
But
sure.
other non-negotiables, yes, because I feel like we're all human, especially me being a woman. Like we've all came across that man, he fine and everything, and you feel like, you go on a date or two and you feel in the vibe and everything. But you do notice a couple of red flags. I don't care what nobody say. You notice a couple of red flags in somebody the first or second date.
Yeah.
But with us being like, that lust that, you got those butterflies, you be thinking like, this gonna be your man and stuff like that, or this gonna be a woman. Yes, of course. Like I've been like, okay, well, his phone was ringing off the hook, but it could have been his sister. Like,
Over here.
but like, no, for real. I'm being honest, for real. We've all been. Well, I'm not gonna say we all.
Yes,
I've
we all
been
have.
there.
Yes, we've
I've
all
been there, like for real, and especially us being in our 20s, like a lot of people really don't know what they want. So it's like, especially going on a second date, like they're still able to have their options open, But honestly, like you do, like I said earlier, you do pay attention to the couple of red flags that are there. And I have been that person to be like, you know what, I could change him. Like he just don't know me, he don't know me yet.
Let me give you a scenario. So you're dating this guy or this girl, either or dating this guy or this girl. And your non-negotiable was, I'm not going to date a person with children. I'm not. That's my non-negotiable. I'm not dating a guy with the children. This person's non-negotiable. Then you go on a couple of dates and they're checking off all the boxes. Like, okay, but he cool, but he fine. Okay, yeah, he real considerate. Okay, yeah, he real. He pulled a chair out for me. He opened the door. He real chivalrous. Everything, all that. He loves his mama. I've been watching. He treated his mama real good and everything. All that. Okay, but then he doesn't tell you. You guys have gone out on a couple of dates. He don't tell you that he has not one, but 2 children. Then he hits you and he says, "Hey, well, no, he tells you over dinner, hey, you know what I want to share with you. I feel like it's time for me to go ahead and share this part of my life with you. The reason why my phone was ringing before and I couldn't answer it all those times, whatever. I know you noticed those red flags when my phone was ringing. Well, it was my baby mama, and she was telling me bring some Pampers over for my son and my daughter. I got twins.
No, because let me tell you why. Yeah, let me tell you why.
No.
Yeah,
So-
let me tell you why.
So,
Any real man.
so would you rethink? My question is to you for all of that.
Yeah.
Would you give in on your would
Yeah.
you give in on your
No,
non-negotiable?
he just highlighted it right now for me because guess what? Any real man, I don't care. You're gonna put your children first. We're dating. I'm not your wife. I'm not your wife yet. Your children come first. If you have to wait multiple dates to even tell the truth, I'm not saying I have to meet them because that is another level. That's a sacred level for you to be able to introduce your children to anybody else. But for you to lie, because if you don't mention
Omission.
it, it's a lie. It's a
Omitting
lie.
I was
If you
gonna
don't
say
mention
that.
it's a lie.
Yeah.
So we're now down
denial.
the road. And you just now you wanna say, oh, the reason why you was answered because baby mom was expecting you back at home. You got a whole little situation
But
going
nah,
on.
I mean, I don't think that. Yeah, nah,
Come on,
it cannot be that, too. But also, but yeah, I agree 100% though, Deja, because I feel like, and matter of fact, I'm gonna just go ahead and add that to my non-negotiables actually, because lying, lying
Yeah.
for real will get you dropped quick,
Mhm.
Quick.
fast.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Lying will get you dropped.
Okay.
But in that particular situation, like I got a kid, like I understand,
Absolutely.
but like Deja said, like if you're a real man, you know what I'm saying, your kids come first. Like
Absolutely.
that's the first thing I'm telling a woman. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And also too, I'm not hiding that.
You
know what I'm
proud of
saying?
it.
Like,
Exactly.
You're
proud
so,
of it.
So when you're
Yeah.
checking me out, on Instagram or whatever, you're gonna see my son too. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like that's a part of my
Absolutely.
life. So
Absolutely.
I agree.
And even if
I
not,
agree.
because I agree, social
not.
media it does get weird. So a
Yeah.
lot of people don't post their kids, and
Yeah.
that's fine.
Mhm.
But on that first date, that does need to be something
Yeah.
initially you need to tell me because you need to give me that choice. Am I I don't have no kids.
Exactly.
I need to be able to have that choice
Right.
to be like, okay, am I comfortable with this? Am I comfortable with dating somebody with a child? Give me that choice because now you bamboozled me.
Yeah.
We 3 days down the line, like
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
What you think, Cam?
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't deal with it though. But I think also because I feel like now my mind going everywhere else now. Okay, so dang, so she like about this right here. What else you gonna lie about?
Right.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why-
I'm thinking about that, and now you already going into without trust.
Right? No,
You know
for
what I'm
real.
saying?
It is.
Whatever. And what? It's the third date.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So now we trying
Yeah.
to like reestablish trust.
No, I said 3 months. You 3 months down
Oh,
the
so
line.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
You 90 days
So
in.
that's multiple
You
days.
90 days in. That's
That's
multiple days.
multiple. We
Right.
probably date 10, 12.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
no,
You multiple days.
Days
Yeah.
at 12 is nice.
Yeah.
Please, like for real. Like, and where is the kid when we on the phone?
Right.
Like, where is the kids at?
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-mm.
They with they be with their baby mama.
Yep.
So yeah, so
They with that
with
baby
you
mama.
guys, you know what I mean? Like they at the mama's house or whatever. So yeah, but yeah, so no.
It's just
No, I'm
not
straight.
real. It's not a real man quality. That's not a real man trait right there.
Rule number 4: don't play date. Don't play date. When you date, are you looking for marriage or just to hang out?
I think for me
But-
right now.
At
Right.
this age,
at
are
this
you
age,
don't
Oh,
play date?
everybody playing.
Are you-
Everybody
I mean,
playing right
are you
now.
playing right now?
Everybody's
'cause
playing.
Then that brings up the question. I feel like of just like okay, how much time are you putting on this, like getting to know this person for real? Like,
Mhm.
Mhm.
is it
That's
6
on
months?
you though, King.
I understand that. I
Literally.
get that. I get that. You know what
Literally.
I'm saying? But I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like when you're trying to like get to know somebody, like, sometimes people like show little sparks of certain things that you like. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
And
And
I
it
don't-
turns into something else.
Exactly. It could turn into
Uh-huh.
something else. Now, I don't know how long, like I said, I guess I have engaged for myself personally, how much time that genuinely takes. But when they show intention, like, yeah, like that, I don't know.
So are you? So when you guys are dating right now, if your age,
Mhm.
are you looking for marriage?
Yeah.
Are you
100%.
looking for? Is that the main? Is marriage the goal? The goal line?
Yes.
Is marriage the goal line?
Yes.
Okay, because
Uh-huh.
you guys
For
are
sure.
all gonna be 26 this year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you next month, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So marriage is you're not looking to play date then.
No.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Do you think it is wise to date more than one person at a time if you are not looking to get married anytime soon?
No. Because it gets real tricky. And so
Yeah.
it's exactly. Exhibit A and B.
Yeah.
It gets
Go
tricky.
ahead.
It gets so tricky because it's like, and don't get me wrong, I've been that person to where it's like, okay, I'm not in nothing serious. I
Mhm.
may get Ben's number and
Uh-huh.
then Jack come along
Yeah,
and I get
y'all be
Jack
killing
number,
me.
and then now I'm like, okay, like
Exact.
Ben take me on good days, but Jack personality is through the roof. Like, don't get me wrong, I've been there. but it gets so
Y'all kill me with the
tricky.
names, y'all.
No,
Alright, no, for real.
no, because it does get tricky because it's like, how I feel like when you go into situations like that, you're never fully going to be able to 100% and wholeheartedly give yourself to either one of them to really get to know them 100%, because at the end of the day, you always dividing your time. You always comparing them. You're always thinking about, okay, like, you know, like, okay, this quality, but then this person quality, you know, and at the end of the day, I feel like, and it's so normalized in our age group, like, do what you want. You young, you this, you that. Yeah, I get that. But it's like and that's for like 18, 19, 20, 21. Yes, that's your time, you know? But I feel like once we get to where we're at, 25 and things like that, dating multiple people, it becomes like a huge confusion, because then you find yourself in this big old love triangle. And it's like, you know, at the end of the day, when it's time to choose, when is really that time to choose? Because you may put that limit on yourself, like, oh, okay, well, you know, like I'm really taking this girl serious, but this one, you feel me, like she cool, I'm gonna just have her around for the meantime, and in the meantime turn into a long time. So now you're in this complicated situation. So I feel like, you know, if you're not really ready to, you know, like really date one person, I feel like, you know, make it clear and make it a friend.
Sure.
No dating. Like I hate when people be like, I'm just dating. Like, no, dating is serious.
But question though, see, I know for me right now, currently, yeah, you know, as far as dating, what does that consist of though? So are we dating and having sex too? You know what I'm saying? Or are we dating and hanging out and really just hanging out as friends? Yeah, as friends, collecting data, having a good time more so. I know for me, I'm not having sex right now more so whatever. So I know that I'm holding on to that trump card, because I know that I'm just being real. Once sex, you know, comes into the equation, for women, that's a big thing that y'all hold your hats on. Okay, well, hold on. We having sex raw now too at that? Okay, yeah. Let me go ahead.
Where's the belt? Where's the belt?
The belt, Cameron?
Let me
I told
go
you
ahead.
to be nobody big mama.
I'm saying, okay, yeah, so but now you know we doing a raw. Okay, so who you with? I'm saying in general.
He's saying in general. He's saying in general.
Okay.
As a woman now, you ask, so who you with? Who calling you? Where you at? Hold on, bro. What you mean, bro? We you know, we just dating right now.
They let it
I mean,
we just
that's what I'm
dating.
saying. So it come with that. So hey, as far as consistent of dating, what are we really doing though? Are we dating and really
So
just
are you
having a good
play
time?
dating? So that's
he
rule
play
number
dating.
4.
No,
So he
Rule
play
number
dating.
4. Rule number 4 says
I'm not
don't
doing that.
play date.
I'm
That's
not
the
having
rule
sex
number
right
4.
now.
You don't
Okay.
play.
I
No,
think
I'm
for
just
me,
playing.
I would say that I'm on assignment to a certain extent.
What does that mean?
What that mean, Cam?
I'm saying that, yeah, I'm on assignment. So as of right now, I'm single for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I have no desire to be in a relationship at this point in time.
Mhm.
So I know eventually I will want that 100% and stuff like that more. So do I text women and stuff like that? Oh,
Yeah.
no, yeah, for sure. You know what I mean? For sure.
So you on assignment?
Yeah.
What that mean?
I'm on
Because I never heard that one before.
Me
Like,
neither.
what's that?
Me neither.
I'm on
Like, so
assignment.
you on assignment to be
I'm on-
single?
No, I'm on assignment more so where I'm like, okay, yeah, my assignment right now is to understand Cam more, understand what Cam likes, and throughout understanding what Cam likes and stuff like that more. So he's figuring out he likes to be different women more so and stuff like that.
Mhm.
That's the assignment, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, that might be the assignment. But also too, on top of the assignment, I'm not mixing in other things with my assignment.
Okay.
Oh,
You know
And
what
I
I mean?
get that.
That's
I
what I'm
get that because
saying.
that's important.
Like,
That's important.
I'm locked in on, hey, you know, we having friends. And the two, I'm also being honest about it too. Hey, this is where I'm at. Hey, you could do you as well, Queen. Go, you know what I'm saying? I understand. Hey, I'm not gonna be asking you questions about who you with, whatever, because like I said, I think that when sex comes into the equation, that's where it opens the floodgates for all that. Hey, well, damn, I'm asking you questions, and I can't be mad at Shorty for asking me, oh, who you with, where you going? It should give me her body. I just be person as a man.
Your body. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Okay.
But
you can't be mad about that.
even if she's not giving you her body, I feel like a lot of times we do have to understand that even if we're not having sex with somebody, even if we're not having sex, that emotional connection is just as scary. It's just as powerful,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So it's like
As time goes on, what you say though?
yes, as time goes
Yeah.
on. So I do agree with what you said to where it's very important the points that Cameron made. As long as your actions are not, you know, like kind of like going against what you're telling her, and then also, you know, you not having sex with her, that those are two very, you know, important factors to have. And I think it's okay, you know, because now the girl probably just crazy because I've showed you what it is, and now I've told you what it is. And as a woman, it's very important to pay attention. You do have to pay attention because even if a man don't tell you, a man will always show you. So yeah,
I can show you much better than I can tell you.
Exactly.
I got one last question. Okay, I got one last question for you, Gabe, on this topic of Don't Play Day. Do you think a person with a child should take their child's feelings into consideration when they are choosing who to date? Should you take Puda's, how Puda relates, you know, how Puda, you know, is she, you know, is he rocking with her or whatever? Do you think he should, you know, if he like,
yeah, I think
as he gets older too.
As he gets older too, yeah. I mean, honestly, that's a really good question. I mean, I think the natural answer that comes to mind to me is, of course, like I would want, you know, Khalil, you know what I'm saying? I would want him to have that natural connection with them and just being able to see them, you know, connect on that level or whatever, and being comfortable around her. Yeah, that would definitely be a big plus in my book. You know what I mean? But I that's all I could say about it. I have to take his. So I have to take his.
Okay. Okay. Last rule, you guys.
Nah, I'm just, you know, it really was a good question.
When she got a big butt and Gabe like, well, son, you just gotta just let that go.
So really what I'm thinking about, like, I'm like, you know, man, I'm like, I mean, well, son, like, I mean, like, realistically, son, like, you'll
learn to love her.
You gonna get to know her though, like, no. She's a good person though. Look, man, she only kicked you that one time because you was in the way. So you gotta move. You gotta get up.
You see, I move, but she walked past.
Stupid. Oh God. Last rule. You got rule number 5. We only got 5 minutes. Have the Jesus talk. Rule number 5 is have the Jesus talk. When do you think you should ask the person you are dating if they have a relationship with Christ? When do you think you should ask the person you are dating if they have a relationship with Christ?
First date.
Fifth date? No, I'm playing.
Him and his Abigail.
You ask Abigail?
You know, I would say, you know, like first date, like
I mean, first week or
before the first date,
you know,
before you even plan something. Hey, yo, you know, we just texting. Hey, yo, you go to church, whatever, and stuff like that. More so.
Always ask the first date because she could be lying through that text. Yeah, I go to church. I said,
what church you go to?
Nah, but then
I went with my cousin at one time.
And then on Sunday, hey, you know, I was church today. Oh, I didn't go. Oh, okay. Noted. You know what I'm saying? In my head, all right, okay. Ask again. Yeah, I was with family and stuff. Okay. Ask again. Nah, you know, I was just tired. I was out last night. And see, for me, I'm real big on that. Hey, if you can go outside with your girls, you know what I'm saying, and your homies and have a good time, cool, do your thing, 100%. But make sure you up to church in the morning, though, you know what I'm saying? Because that's gonna show me, you know what I'm saying, how dedicated you are to Christ, you know what I'm saying, to God more so. Because I know for me, I can be out with, you know, Gabe more so to 2 a.m. Best believe I'm in church though.
You might go to the later service.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or I might be in church, but dozing off a little bit. But hey, look, God, I'm here, God. You see my heart though. I'm not, you know what I'm saying, in the bed just sitting like, oh yeah, I didn't make it. Okay, cool.
All right. Okay, last question. We got 2 minutes. Last question. Would you still date the person if you had chemistry, compatibility, and chemistry and compatibility, but you were greatly attached to them, but they were atheists?
I don't even know how we would get that far.
That's what I'm saying. Like what? You what? Okay, that's cool.
Atheist is like, yeah, I don't know.
I don't believe in Christ at all.
Yeah.
Because you got to think about your, like, okay, you have a future with this person, then what's gonna happen with your kids?
I'm about to say that right now too.
What's gonna happen with your kids? You know, so I can't even imagine when I have a kid, my kid telling me God not real, they don't believe in God. Sit your little butt. Yeah, exactly. Sit your little butt there. How you think you here? You know?
But what blows me about that is just like, so what you believe in? Darkness? Like you just
that's it.
Like
that's it. Darkness.
Like you just dark. Just dark.
It's just dark.
It's just dark.
Wow. Okay. Let me sneak this last one in. This is what's under the hood. Real quick. If you were dating a person and they were not big on issuing grace and mercy, what would you do?
I can't be with you. I can't be with you.
They weren't big on issuing grace. They didn't give you no grace. They expect you to always get it right. They weren't, and when you messed up, they didn't give you no mercy.
No.
What would you do?
I couldn't be with a person like that because at the end of the day, we're all human, you know, and I
You
feel
mess
like,
up. You
no,
know
for
what
real,
I'm
I'm a
saying?
firm
Yeah.
believer. I don't judge anybody because at the end of the day, whatever, I don't care what you did, except for 2 of my things. Can't be a child molester, can't be a murderer. But you know, anything else, I'm a firm believer in. The next day, if God put breath back into your body, who am I to say that, you know, or to judge you for anything that you have done? If God feels like you were worthy enough to wake back up and to try it again and to potentially be a better person. So who am I?
So the lady didn't give the lady didn't give her fiance no grace and mercy, y'all.
Because that was her
'Cause he-
boundary.
because-
That was her
Because he had
boundary.
an experience. Because he
That was
experimented.
a bound. That's not great. That's not giving grace. That's Lord. I don't even know what that is. Like for real. Like that's a boundary being crossed. You know,
That might have bought her, you know.
that's opening up
that might-
Pandora's
that's what, you know,
box.
That's what her peace and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So she might be a firm believer on, hey,
Y'all
listen,
smart.
my
Okay.
peace come first and
Okay,
stuff like
y'all-
that. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut it now versus me actually marry you
Mhm.
and me be, you know, miserable with you more. Or now I can't get past it. So now I'm resenting you, holding it over your head for the entire marriage.
Mhm.
That's not fair to you or me. So let me go ahead and just get out of here, King. Love you though.
Yeah.
You know, love you.
That's what
Be
she
cool.
said. Hey y'all, look, that's our time right there. Can you believe it? It's 8:00 on the dot right now. Hey, we got through R.A. Vernon's 10 Rules of Dating. The rules have changed. We did 1 through 5. We're gonna have to come back and give you that 6 through 10 in July. So the first Tuesday in July we'll come back. Well, I don't know, because is that 4th of July weekend? We might have to come the second weekend of July and give you the rules 6 through 10. But thank you for joining us this time. Thank you to our guests, Deja Grimm and Gabriel Hicks.
Thank you
and
for
Caitlin
having me.
Cooper.
Thank you.
You guys. Hopefully you guys learned something. Hopefully you guys really like what we said. If you do, give us a thumbs up on our YouTube channel, and we will see you next time. Have a good night.
Woke up, still smiling, sun shining, feel fine. And yo, it's one person I got to thank. And no, it ain't your mama or your Uncle Hank. It's Jesus, the one that'll get you going. Keep you flowing high, you already know. And he'll lift you up, pick you up, get you up. He'll set you up in a life with less strife. That's just right, with pure love and more light. As long as you live it, mother, he got you. And now that you free, what's the plan for you? You better get him, let him, live him, kiss him, miss him, bug him, hug him, love him. And please stop talking this, that, and the third. And just focus on God in his word. Cause I'm lit, I'm free, the light I see. Switch it up, I'm lit, I see the light, I'm free. Old school,